What does he do?
He makes videos about Star Wars on YouTube.
Welcome to another episode of Corellians and Freighters drinking coffee.
He makes a shit ton of money.
She still won't let you have a bachelor party?
She thinks I'll get myself into trouble.
You're being weird. My brother thinks that bachelor parties are a one-night free pass.
Bro, let's get this party started.
Look, she said no strip clubs.
It's your last week of freedom.
Wow. Hi, welcome to Earth. That's Blair O'Connor. You look just... Hey, what do you... Oh, God.
When?
You talk.
Oh.
Hey, Murph, this isn't what it looks like.
You're Blair O'Connor.
Blair! Blair O'Connor! Someone here has to know how the hell Joe knows Blair O'Connor.
She looks just like her.
And why, on the night of my bachelorette party, is he prancing around town showing off with her?
This is very interesting.
Something is not right.
I know cheaters, and Joe is not one of them.
Clearly she's going through some shit.
Naughty bits.
Dude, I am so proud of you right now.
Let's start with how the whole show came about. We were shooting with Ken. We were shooting Big Trouble at Barney's with Ken, and I think we were near the end, and we just started talking about the 80s sci-fi movies, and we all sort of had a shared history in the films we like. Is that how you remember it, Ken?
Yeah, I think so. We were just thinking, what can we do next, basically?
And then, Taylor and I were in the jacuzzi, and literally we're looking around. Well, we got a jacuzzi, we got a house, we got a shed, we got Ken, and let's make the show. Is that how you remember it, Taylor?
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think it was during one of those hot tub meetings where it's like, with what we have, can we create sort of an interesting, fun movie? And also, we are really sort of jonesing to do something fun and maybe a little bit sci-fi, and then my alien girlfriend was born.
So we cast. So there was 2 goes at it. So the very first time we attempted to go, we did about 15 screen tests with different actors.
This can be your middle name.
Try some. This is a Red Bull. Wash it down with the... Okay. Here, wash it down. No, here. Maybe it's an acquired taste.
And we finally found one.
What was funny was the first alien, she totally looked the part, and she was kind of in real life, kind of like not from this world. She's kind of in a good way, yeah. And she was a great person. I have nothing bad to say about her at all. No. She was great, really sweet girl. But she says to us, like, my cat's flipping out. Sorry. She says to us, and like after one day of filming, at the end, she's like, I don't think I'm the right person for this. She kept having like this weird crisis of confidence. And we were like, you're great. Just keep going. So I don't know. I think that was a little bit of a red flag maybe, but she was great. And I still follow her on social media. She's out there doing wild, fun festivals and, Burning Man and stuff like that.
Good. And it actually worked out good because Abigail was the first person I thought of for the role, but not for the alien, but for the fiance role. But she was just finishing at CalArts and was just their last few months are just crazy. But then that delayed us enough so that she had graduated and was available. And then Max. So Max I met in between the time, and it was for a different project. And I think the thing that stood out to me about Max was I told her, I said, I don't think you're right for that project. And she told me I was wrong. she just straight out and said, nope, you're completely wrong. So anyway, so that brought the cast together. Connor, upper right there, has been in 4 of our shows. And so he was a no-brainer. Ken has been in 4 of the shows. Shimmy will hopefully pop up here. And he's been in 3 shows. Max has been in 2. And Abigail's only in 1 so far. So I'm going to run the scene real quick. This is a scene from Alien Girlfriend. This is the relationship between Ken and Abigail. Here we go.
Go slow.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
What the fuck?
Cool.
Joe, I thought we talked about this. Your toy should stay in the bedroom.
Honey, that is not a toy. That is a collector's item.
Oh, I can hear you.
Hey, Shimmy, welcome.
There we go.
Yeah.
I first reached out to Shimmy when we were filming Porn Girl, and just immediately, just such a genuinely great guy. And I think it was it was when we were filming Porn Girl where we first sort of had the idea of doing this crazy scientist character. And then I remember that there was just one day I was like, well, Shimmy would be great for that. He had his hair long for the samurai role. And he just fit perfectly into that part.
Yeah, now I was hoping that I'd be able to play this clip for everyone to see it because I know Connor hasn't seen it. But here's Connor, Shimmy, and Jack in their movie inside a movie from Porn Girl.
I don't care much for waiting, Charles. Hand over the sword or else.
You wouldn't consider giving him the sword, would you? Didn't think so.
Yeah, so Connor, you've played all sorts of roles with us.
I have, yes.
Yeah, and you look quite different. Actually, while we're on Connor, let me just get this clip out of the way. This is what Connor looked like when we first met him. And this is from Taylor's show, Mojave Sisters. And this is Connor in all his Viking glory. Max, I know that the other actor had trouble with the role just because it was such a physical role with not a lot of lines. Mm-hmm. You didn't seem to have any problem with it, but were you and not showing it?
I don't know. Well, first of all, I met all of you guys just right on set. We've never met in person, actually, right?
It's really cold. Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys ever crossed. All right.
No,
Max and I have never met.
That's also the funny thing, right? Because like most of my scenes were just with Ken, and I met the other cast just at the screening at the house. like how this role came about, it was very interesting because I remember that I auditioned for a different project and then you like hit me up. It was like kind of a last minute thing and I didn't even have much time to prepare. So it was like an interesting adventure for me. And I thought like, what can I do? What was really helpful is the references that you sent. And you said that it's kind of like Splash, you know, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then that Kim Basinger, My Stepmother is an Alien.
Right.
I don't know if you guys watched it. So I took an inspiration from those movies, but it was obviously way more like romanticized and sexualized. Whereas I feel like my character, I don't even know what to call her at this point. Blair.
Blair O'Connor.
Blair O'Connor! That she was more of an innocent, you know, it was like way more innocence in her. So I thought that I'm just going to try to like approach her as if she was a child. And that's why she's like so open and so like over the top with her reactions. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I could do it or I could not do it, but I decided to give it a go, and I'm glad that it worked out. So thanks for giving me this chance and this opportunity.
Here is the first time Ken sees Blair as a human.
Hey, what do you... Oh, God. Did you just scan me? Can you tell I'm a friend? We got to get you cleaned up.
I remember when we were shooting the first time, when it was Max and Shimmy, and Max walks by and starts speaking to Shimmy in Japanese. Shimmy's face was classic.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't know you speaking Japanese.
Don't I look like I'm just totally, I can speak Japanese, like I have it written on my forehead?
And so then in the most recent film, we actually took that, and I called up Max. I'm like, hey, would you come and play a character that only speaks Japanese? And she said, yes. Here's just a quick clip of her and Shimmy speaking Japanese. In the scene, she's basically Death visiting Shimmy.
教えてあげるわ。もしもあなたが望むなら。
そんなことは分かってんだよ。うせろ。
加減にやめた方がいいわよ。
忠告ありがとうよ。だから。
You know, when we're shooting Abigail, interesting, early on, she was really concerned, and hopefully we punched up the script enough that her character had no redeeming value at all. And so we brought in the two stoners at the end to give her a little bit. But yeah, that's also tough, where your character is just not a nice person.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
I love the stoner scene at the end. That was so fun.
Yeah.
So he cheated on you?
Yeah. Week before our wedding.
That's fucked up. So you called off the wedding?
No, I didn't. He's my soulmate.
Nice. So Shimmy's character, Taylor brought this up. Shimmy's character is sort of a cross. Well, how would you describe Shimmy's character?
He's like a cross between Doc Brown and God, I can't remember the other person I was thinking of, but just sort of the wacky scientist that gets super excited when it was like Doc Brown and John Candy's character from Splash. Where it's just he's the guy that's helping the situation, trying to get this alien back home. It was a lot of fun. I think one of the other my favorite scene probably was when the first scene when Shimmy gets so excited. Ken, what was the word that Shimmy kept saying that was so funny and we kept breaking?
Hertz, megahertz.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
It broadcasts slightly below 1500 megahertz.
It's just Shimmy, because Shimmy has like a slight Australian twang to his accent, and so the way that he would say megahertz was just so everyone would start like bursting out laughing. It was so great.
Yeah, so here's Shimmy in the film. Ken's character brings the alien and a device. They can hopefully get her home. And so this is Shimmy seeing the device and the alien for the first time.
But why does she look like a Bray O'Connor?
Well, I had a movie poster from Last Planet up on my wall. I don't know, I brought in a 4-foot slimy green alien, came back 2 minutes later to this.
Can you leave this with me for a few hours?
Sure, I need it back by 9 a.m.
Oh, what's the rush?
Try explaining that to Susan.
Huh. That would take expert level bullshit, isn't it?
Maybe more.
Taylor, we haven't talked about you. You're in the film as well. And one of your rare... Taylor doesn't like being in front of the camera anymore, but...
No, it's funny. I forgot what movie we were talking about for a second. I was like, oh shit, what movie am I in? What are we talking about?
Oh, you were a great scene partner. I thought that was great.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I'm not used to being mean like ever, and so being mean to Abigail, who's such a lovely person in real life, I was just like, oh, that sucks. I kept smiling. I remember I kept smiling because I was just like, I hate being mean. But yeah, I told you off.
This whole wedding has just been stressful. It has taken up so much of my time, and Joe spends all of his here.
I already told Joe. It's over.
Well, it didn't help because the first takes, I was like, yeah, like, good job. Like, we're doing great at this. Like, trying to, you know, like, give you a line. I was like, oh, wait, I have to, like, give you a bitch look.
Hey, Murph, this isn't what it looks like.
The fuck it's not. You're Blair O'Connor. And I'm Murphy, Joe's best friend.
Clothes.
Yes, and you look great in them.
Easy, Murph.
Such a good scene. I love that scene.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Taylor. Sorry. Yeah. Also, just one of the other things, Jordan having the crush on one of Abigail's bridesmaids. The whole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
His inserts are so funny.
It's
so
super subtle, but all throughout the film, just these little subtle things he's doing.
It's so good. That's what makes it so good.
I think you know where he is.
You're losing us, sis.
You want some fries?
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for being with us and talking about the film, and looking forward to hopefully all in 2020 we'll get to see you guys all again and do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kick it.
Sounds good to
Let's
me.
make some art.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right. Bye.